Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be revisiting one of my builds. This is actually my most downloaded build on my EA gallery. This one did receive 170 downloads and I built this back in 2014. So I'm just going to go in and revamp it. If you noticed earlier, I did have the kitchen set up to be in that little hexagonal area. If you've ever built in The Sims, you would know that that would actually be a nightmare to put countertops in. So I'm just going back in, I'm deleting all of the walls, and I'm gonna put in a new floor plan. We do end up with 4 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. I also found it to be more efficient to get rid of that second front door. I have played in this house before, and with it having 2 front doors, it became a little odd for when guests would come to my Sims house. Just because I would go to set one for the front door and then it would just like glitch and make the other door the front door, so I just got rid of one. So upstairs, I'm starting to put in the bedrooms, and upstairs will have 1 full bathroom. One of the doors to a bedroom will end up only having 1 tile, as you'll see right here. That bedroom in the front will only end up having 1 tile in it. But that is a-okay. Downstairs, I do have that half bathroom already placed, but it won't stay as just a half bath downstairs. Technically, it ends up being 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. And you'll see from where I'll end up putting in the kitchen, I end up playing with the size a little bit. Just because the dining room doesn't need to be that large, this place does receive a formal dining area. And I'll also be using those half hexagonal shapes to put in those little bay window cedars. As I'm going in, I also figured that it would probably be best to have a round table in the dining room. I feel like that would fit best there. And I'll also be adding a back porch later on in the build. So back when I built this in 2014, I honestly don't even remember building it, but I did have the kitchen in an odd spot, but also the layout overall could have been better. But considering it was 2014, I think that I made it in May and I posted it in May. That would have meant that I was still like 14 years old. So building this at 14, not too shabby. Here you'll see that I'm starting to put in a back sliding door. And I did move the chess table outside. That will end up going on the back porch. I felt like this house did need a little bit more to it instead of just ending right there, so that they could actually have a backyard to use, play in, whatever. Here you see that I go back to the master bedroom and I do add in that other bathroom area. It does give the bedroom an odd shape. However, it is still functional. It still works for the build. Sims are able to go around and they'll have their built-in closet area. But I do also give them a dresser as well, just to fill the space a little bit. And if you feel like your Sims do need more bathrooms, you can definitely turn that half bathroom into a full bath. If you want to keep the window, just add just a regular bath. Don't put in the shower tub combo. There won't be space for that unless you get rid of the window. And upstairs we'll have this one teen girl bedroom. We'll end up with a child boy, or it could be a teen boy bedroom, and then a room for an infant. Realistically, you could just have a bedroom for each stage of life up here. And then as you go along, you could always rework them to be hobby rooms or use them as 3 bedrooms, whatever you wish, really. I actually really enjoyed revamping this old build of mine. One, because I don't remember building it. But 2, I feel like it did need that bit of a refresh. And being that it was a little popular on the gallery, I think it'll be good to re-upload it actually furnished 11 years later. And also there are a lot more packs available now too. So it was a good starting point to go with a blank canvas basically. This house was built mainly using base game and cats and dogs. Or sorry, not cats and dogs. Seasons. Like all of the windows are from Seasons. And here you'll see that I'm putting in that back porch area. I will need to add in a roof. Here I'm just fiddling around with the roofing just because it did have that little bit of overlap. I don't think I was able to fix it. I think I ended up giving up, to be honest, because adding in that other roof piece to still extend it but not have it clip, it just looked odd to me. I feel like it was just better off leaving it a little clipped like that. And this time I'm actually proud to say it didn't take me long to pick wallpaper. I know I say it in a lot of my videos that it's so difficult for me to just decide. This time around, it happened pretty quick. Thank goodness. I really like that wood paneling accent wall. I know it doesn't exactly match the wood that's already in this room, but I feel like that made it a little bit better, just to give it some dimension. And I also had a pool for this backyard. I feel like this house in a way screams like average suburbs home. And if you go to an average suburbs home, they usually have a pool, whether it be above ground or in ground. However, only option for an above ground pool in The Sims would be like a hot tub, unless I build an entire room for a pool to be inside of. I was not going to do that. There was no reason for it. It would be way too tall. And I also don't add pavers all throughout, just to leave some space for landscaping. However, I also don't landscape all of that bit. I think I only do one side, this side that you see right now, and like a little bit by the stairs to go down. I feel like it would have just taken way too long to add in those little low-lying flowers and then go on top of it with other flowers and bushes and whatnot. It may also have just been way too much for the backyard. However, if that bothers you, you could add in landscaping, or you could extend the pavers if you want. But in my opinion, it's not too bad. Here you'll see that I'm adding in that other landscaping just right over there in the corner. And you could never go wrong with those planter pots. And fear not, I do remember to decorate. I put plants, paintings. I even remember to go back and add curtains. But we'll get to that. The only computer in the house is in that one girl's bedroom. You could always move it if you want. I know that it could be a little annoying if your sim is sleeping and then other sims are coming in and out of the bedroom to use the computer, so you can move it to a more accessible area. Maybe even the hallway if you get one of the smaller desks. Here we go, we finally got to the curtains. Now that we're nearing the end of the build, please let me know if you want to see me revamp any of my old builds. If you have been to my EA gallery and you've seen a build that I've made in the past and you want to recommend that one, comment down below. Just let me know what I named it and I'll bring it back up into a video. If you enjoyed this, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks everybody.